What's up? It's your fearless leader, Jim Lettuce here. This is the vlog, season 7, episode 2. I just want to give you all a little business update for the first part here. The Blazer Gibson movie is almost out, so sign up now for our streaming service. You can sign up at TemporarySpaceStudios.com. This is a short film that I made, and I put a lot of work into it. I put my own money into it, so please check it out when it comes out. It's coming. It should be out before the end of the year. And as far as the YouTube channel goes, doing less live streaming was a good idea. I really like how less stressed I am now. I do live stream. I did it on the holidays, basically, so I'll probably do it again on Christmas Day, which works out pretty well. And we're still going to do uploads. I'm still going to make the Hogwarts videos. I'm still recording them and going through the game. I'm not done yet. That game's pretty cool, though. I like it. It's a well-made game. I was worried it was going to suck. That's all the business. Oh, wait, no. There's one more business thing. We're about to release a new hoodie and a long-sleeve shirt on our merchandise website. So check out lettucewearclothing.com. Links to all this will be in the description. And I have a life update as well, which is basically I had an opportunity to get a new job. See, I have a job. I like my job. But I had an opportunity to get a new one. So I jumped at the chance. Because it was a nice one. It would have paid very well. But long story short, I did not get it. And that rejection hurts. I'm butthurt about it. I went through all this trouble. I went through multiple interviews. I tried really hard. I put on a nice shirt at one point. That's a lot of work for me. And it just feels like all that work was a waste of time and just a waste of resources, you know? And I found out why I didn't get it. I thought for a while that I didn't get it because I had a bad interview, like I said something wrong. But it turns out I didn't get the job because they didn't like my background or my experience. But I was under the impression that this was an entry-level job and they provide training. So, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not mad, but I am though. I'm butthurt. But whatever. So what else? Okay, so I started watching a lot of movies on Amazon Prime. And there's some good stuff on Amazon Prime. And one of them was the new Mortal Kombat movie. Now, I say new, it's like 2 years old. But to me, it's new. Because I think of the Mortal Kombat movie from like the 90s. That's what I think of when I think of Mortal Kombat movie. But this one was a couple years ago. Let's see if I can pull up the IMDb here. It really blew me away. Now, I don't want to talk it up too much. Mortal Kombat, IMDb, 2021, that's the one. So I heard this movie was terrible, but it was awesome. The special effects were on point. Everybody said the special effects were good, but the story and the writing was bad. I disagree. It was really good. I couldn't predict where it was going. It wasn't too cliche. All the actors were good. I mean, it's not, going to win an Academy Award or anything, but it's a Mortal Kombat movie. The opening scene is a really good setup, and the girl who played Sonya was pretty good, and the guy who played Jax was also really good, and the way they did his arms was actually really well done, not just from a special effects standpoint, but the way it happened in the story of how he gets his arms was very cool. And now I remember Jax, he didn't have metal arms until like Mortal Kombat 3. So it's definitely a movie that kind of melds all that stuff together. And they actually made references to the old 90s Mortal Kombat. And it was perfect. It was just enough to get people like me who remember the old one, but also not too much to bore new viewers. And just all the different characters that they showed, the people they chose to have in it and the people they didn't have in it. Like Reptile was cool. It's got all the people you expect, but I was not ready for how good this movie was, and I really hope they make a sequel. I don't know if they're going to make one, though. Let's see. The director is someone named Simon McQuoid. I don't think I'm saying that right. Yes! On IMDb, it says Mortal Kombat 2 is in production. And it's got the same director, so very exciting. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. So I don't want to build it up too much, but it's definitely better than you think. What else? Oh, so I started watching this new show. Shout out to Miles, who does the Netflix podcast with me. There's a link to that below as well, the What's New to Netflix podcast. We've been doing it for a long time. Check that out. Anyways, he recommended this show called Righteous Gemstones, and I didn't know if I wanted to see it or not. I'd heard about it. It's Danny McBride, and they make fun of all those mega churches, those like giant churches that are like stadiums, and they have all this production value. And because when I first saw the trailer for it, I thought, oh, I've seen that before. I've seen parodies of that. It just didn't look that interesting to me. But first of all, it is spot on. It was so funny, and it's just really good satire, and it's not too heavy-handed, and it's hilarious. I really like it. I'm in season 3 now, and I would say that, well, how do I put it? It's really good and funny, and the characters they're likable. They're complete degenerates, but they're so, you want to root for them, you know? They're this ragtag team of misfits, and it reminds me of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where all the characters in that show are just, they're ingrates, but you find yourself rooting for them. Whenever they do well, you're like, yeah! So it's really funny. I think there's like 4 seasons. I'm not sure if it's still going or not, but I highly recommend it. And what else? See, I've been watching stuff on Max because we accidentally reviewed the list of Max shows on our Netflix podcast, so I ended up with the Max. It used to be called HBO Max, if you don't know what it is. It's the HBO one. And I had the free trial, and I think they charged me at this point, but another show I started watching was a show called Barry. That's the one with Bill Hader, and where he's like a hitman, but he ends up wanting to be an actor, and it's so funny. It's a really good parody of actors in Hollywood, and this is the same thing as Righteous Gemstones. I've seen that kind of material that makes fun of actors in Hollywood, and I kind of rolled my eyes when I first heard about this show, but after watching it, it's really funny. However, I don't know how many seasons there are. I will say, once they get to season 3, it wasn't nearly as funny as the first 2, so I'm not so sure how far I'm going to watch into it. Unless unless I find out it's like way funnier later on. Maybe I'll look up some spoilers, because actually spoilers make me want to watch a show. Is that weird? Whenever I see a bunch of spoilers on YouTube Shorts or Instagram, I'll actually go watch the show because of that. That's how I got into Invincible and The Boys on Amazon, the superhero thing. Apparently there's a season 4 coming. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. So, those of you that made it this far, I do have a final thought. So I recently went on a date with a girl, and, she was nice. I like her. But I gotta be honest, it felt extremely similar to my job interview. And you've probably heard this before, that dating is like a job interview now, but man, it was uncanny how job interview-ish it felt. So, yeah. Just wanted to point that out, that it felt like I was being interviewed, like I was doing some kind of qualifier round, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's fair. Everybody has their standards, but, man, that part of it was a bit unpleasant. That's about it I can think of. Can't think of anything else. I have been on this new diet lately, basically where I don't eat dairy and bread, and it's working. I've actually lost I haven't weighed myself, but I definitely look skinnier. I feel better. Man, when you eat that junk food, you feel like crap, you know? Anyways, thanks for listening or watching. There should be racing gameplay on the video here. If you want to support us, click the links below. You know, like, subscribe, all that. Sign up for our streaming service at TemporarySpaceStudios.com. Buy a shirt on our merch store at lettuswearclothing.com. Check out the Netflix podcast, What's New to Netflix Instant. We're on Spotify and Apple Music and pretty much anywhere there are podcasts. Pretty easy to find. Well, that's about it. I'm Jim Lettuce. Drive safe and shit. Okay.